Welcome to episode number 8 of Reflections from WT, the heart and soul of the Texas Panhandle. I am your host, Randy Ray. I'm also the Director of Broadcast Engineering on the campus, and I am honored to be sitting here with the 11th President of West Texas A&M, Dr. Walter Wendler. Good morning.
Randy, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. Good. I mentioned that you were the 11th president, and it made me think about some of the other presidents that I've served under. One of them is Dr. Russell Long, and I want to talk a little bit about Russell Long Boulevard. What's going on there?
Good for you. Russell Long Boulevard is becoming the core, the nucleus of West Texas A&M University. It used to be the northern boundary, but now it is becoming more the center of the campus as we undertake construction projects out there. Of course, everybody knows about the football stadium, and it's moving along very nicely. I believe it's still ahead of schedule.
Wow, that's unusual. It
is unusual, very unusual. But the weather hasn't been good for growing crops, but it's been very good for making buildings because there's been no rain. On top of that, of course, the Paulinga College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences is completed and up and running, and it's a beautiful facility. 2 more new facilities are under construction. The Vero Center, the Veterinary Education Research and Outreach Center, also on Russell Long. And lastly, the Texas Veterinary Medical Diagnostic Lab is under construction. So there's a lot going on. And we have renovated Jarrett Hall. It'll be ready in the fall. It's essentially complete right now. And on top of that, we have some stormwater work that's being done. There's been a persistent problem of flooding out actually in front of Jarrett Hall. That's going to be gone. We're doing a major work of drainage. It's not a very luxurious thing to think about. It's not very appealing to people, but it needs to work. And we're getting that underway. And lastly, there'll be this pedestrian link that will bring people from the First United Bank Center all the way up to the county courts and the county office buildings in the old Walmart. Some people would know it as the old Walmart. But that will all be connected with a pedestrian walkway.
So that's going to be Russell Long Boulevard all down?
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe an important part of all this is, that now is under the stewardship of the Texas Department of Transportation. That is their road. But that road is being transferred to the city of Canyon, and they're going to work with us to make it a more campus-friendly street. We're going to do what they put it on a road diet. We're going to narrow it down a little bit. We'll have bike lanes in both directions. There'll be service vehicle lanes in both directions. And the pedestrian traffic will feel much more secure on that road because the speed limits will be dropped.
Yeah.
So, that really is an exciting...
Is there a timeline for that?
It's all going to be done before September 7th.
Really?
Yes, when Coach Hughes wins his first home football game at West Texas A&M University. First time in 60 years we're playing on campus. It's a big day. We're planning every day. There's a committee of 30 people that are trying to figure out how the parking is going to work, how the tailgating is going to work, and we're honing in on all that. And, of course, our athletic director, Michael McBroom, is working diligently with it. So it's moving along, and it is exciting.
About that.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the fact that people will actually get to come to campus. I think a lot of people in the past have gone to WT games, and they don't have a clue what our campus looks like. We have a beautiful campus.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And part of the problem is, if 3,000 or 4,000 people drive down for a home football game, in the old days, they'd go over to Kimbrough, which is a great stadium with a tremendous tradition associated with it. And it's going to serve the Canyon Independent School District, I think, very well. Mm-hmm. But they go to that facility, and then they turn around and drive back to Amarillo, and they don't get on the campus. Now, not only will they be on the campus, they'll be at the epicenter of the campus. They'll be right in the middle of it. And I think that's going to be a powerful recruiting tool. We also have some high school games already scheduled there for the fall, which I think will be good. And we're working at getting the UIL, some UIL contests there. So I think it's going to be tremendous outreach.
Going on. One of the things that we're going to do is for the radio station on campus, we're going to do tailgate radio all day of the game day, and so it's just going to be music that has to do with football and fun and college. So
that'd be good.
Fun,
that'd be good. Hope you play some Beach Boys.
Yeah, we'll
I think I'm the only one that likes the Beach Boys.
Dr. Wendler, yesterday I picked up the paper, and you were on the cover talking about something that's really cool. Tell me about the new WT Principal Scholarship.
Yeah, one of the things I found when I visited all these high schools in the Texas Panhandle, I visited every one, 66 high schools, was the variety of the schools and also the smallness of some of them. There are school districts that have pre-kindergarten through 12th grade that have 100 students in them, all 13 grades total. So they're small, and the principals have a different relationship to the students and the families. And they know the students and the families. If they've been there for any length of time, principal in Channing told me he's been in the household of every student that attends the school.
Wow.
Can you imagine a superintendent in Houston Independent School District doing that with 85,000 students? These people know the families. So what we did was we said, look, we're going to give you the opportunity to, and this is shorthand, but we're going to give you the opportunity to give us the names of 5 students who you believe would be successful at WT. Here are the normal metrics, what we expect from class rank and test scores and all that sort of thing. But use your judgment and give us the names of people that you believe, because you know them, would be successful at West Texas A&M University. And by the way, 3/4 of the principals have graduated, have at least one degree from West Texas A&M University. So they know their schools, they know their families, plus they know the institution that they're sending people to. I've received a lot of very nice emails and letters about all this. And the students that they recommend are automatically admitted. They don't have to pay an application fee, and they will be considered for every scholarship that we have. And all of this is done solely on the word of the principal, because we trust them and we believe most of them trust us. I mean, we're working hard to try to serve these communities. So that's the new program. I got such a positive response from it, Randy, that I decided to go to all the 1A and 2A schools in the state of Texas, about 340, and make the same offer. And now we're starting to get responses from them. They're sending us the names of future students because, again, these are in smaller communities, and the principals know the kids, know the families. They know the teachers that work, and they can understand much better than we can, actually, what their propensity to do well in college is. They actually can make better admissions decisions than we can make. If a youngster has is in the top 2% of their class, and they've got some astronomical ACT or SAT score, it doesn't take a genius to know that they'll, in all likelihood, do well in college. We're looking for those that are good students, but may not shine quite as brightly as some of those that have distinguished themselves with an academic career in high school. And
wasn't that featured in a magazine that we're doing that?
Well, there's been a couple of things. John Mark Ballou wrote a piece on it called High Five recently, and it was, I think it was in the Amarillo Globe News. I've gotten a lot of commentary on it. People said, gosh, that's a nice story about this program.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Yes, he is. I am so thankful because people in the Panhandle trust him. They know him, and it's probably the best decision I've made since I've been here was to engage him and encourage him to help us tell the good words about WT. We're excited about him. But there was a national magazine, ASCU, which is the American Association of State Colleges and Universities, and they represent not typically flagships or land-grant universities, but universities like WT, and they published a piece on our outreach to rural communities, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, that's really good. A lot of exciting things going on campus. And we're going to talk about some exciting things that are going on in athletics, and we're going to talk to a couple of student athletes, and I'm really excited about getting them here and talking to them about just what it's like to be a student athlete.
I think that's great, and I will tell you, these two that we're going to talk to are great student athletes. In my book, always first because they're great students, but they're also great athletes, and they've got the records. They've got the records to prove it on both scores.
You got that right. We'll be back right after this.
West Texas A&M University is a student body that learns by doing and is always seeking opportunity. Talented and accomplished faculty that teach both in and out of the classroom. Programs that provide timeless information and meet the challenges of today's world. Facilities rich in technology as well as WT history. Now is the time to strengthen connections and open doors for tomorrow's leaders. Share your experience, share your heritage, share your pride.
All right, welcome back to Reflections from WT, the heart and soul of the Texas Panhandle. I am joined by a couple of really fantastic students and fantastic student athletes. I'm joined by Ryan Quaid and Fatim Affessi. Welcome to both of you. Welcome to Reflections from WT.
Thank you.
Ryan, tell me a little bit about. Well, let's let the ladies go first. Fatim, tell me, you're from Switzerland.
Yes, that's right.
What brought you to WT?
Okay, so I got recruited by Coach Flower, and so we had a Skype, and I just really liked the school, the track team, and so I came.
I'm guessing that there's a lot of difference culturally between Switzerland and the Texas Panhandle, right?
Yes.
What did you have to get used to more than anything else? Was it the food? Was it the people? What was it?
I think it was mostly the food because it was really different.
Barbecue, right? You had to get used to all the barbecue.
It was more about meat. And also the culture. I think Texan people are more open than Swiss people, actually. So I don't know, when I walk on the street, people say hi to me, and I was not used to. So at the beginning, I was like, do I know them? And yeah.
So when you're at home, you say they really like meat and they're really friendly, right? Yeah. So you tell me about what you do with the track and field team.
What I do, so I'm a jumper. That's what you want to know? Okay. So I do long jump and triple jump. That's it. And
this last weekend was really a good weekend for you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was all right. I'm very difficult with myself, so for me, just all right. I always want to win. I always want to be the first one. I'm very competitive, so hopefully it will be even better for my other competitions.
From what I understand, you are second in the nation right now.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes, actually, I'm second in the triple jump and I'm number one in the long jump.
Wow. Fatim, how does being a student athlete, is that difficult when it comes to academics? Balancing between athletics and academics, how's that?
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's quite tough, but I got used to it, and the teachers are very comprehensive, and they really help me also to balance both academics, and athletics.
What's your major?
I'm a psych major.
Wow. Well, that's really impressive. Ryan, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. How tough is it to balance academics and athletics?
Yeah, it can be very tough, especially as with track, basketball is a very long season, and it spans many months, and it can be very difficult. But I'll kind of echo what she said. The professors do a great job of working with you. Here at West Texas A&M, I've had great experiences with all my professors, and I'm thankful that they're very, very flexible and very understanding of the schedules that we have and the responsibilities that we have. But yeah, it can be very difficult.
So you're from Colorado?
Yes.
I'm guessing that there was a little bit of a culture shock for you too. Maybe not as much as Switzerland, but
I don't think as much. But yeah, definitely a change from a little bit of a bigger town to a smaller town. Canyon is significantly smaller than where I'm from. So yeah, definitely a little culture shock, but it took me just about through my first year, halfway through my first year, to really get used to it. And it's embraced me, and I've kind of embraced the small town, and it's been great for me.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you both. If someone were to ask you what the best thing about West Texas A&M is, what would you say?
I don't know. I gotta say the people. I think the people here are so nice. They're so welcoming and friendly, and that's something it's rare to find everywhere.
And the meat too, right?
Yeah.
And
the meat's not too bad. Yeah.
I will say the same. Also, everyone is very nice. They're always congratulating me for my achievement, even if I don't even know them. So yeah, it's really a nice community, I think.
So I'm going to ask you both another question. If tell me what achievement you're most proud of when it comes to athletics.
Okay.
Ryan, go ahead.
There we go. I think making it to the Final Four my junior year. I think that was something I'm most proud of, being here athletically.
Okay, me, it will be in 2017 when I won the national championships in long jump as a freshman. It was amazing.
What advice would you guys give to other student athletes?
I think some advice I'd give is just to, talk to your upperclassmen on the team and ask for help in terms of what to do for classes, and look to them for counsel on different things, but also to just embrace the small town, embrace the boosters, the fans, the people on campus that know you, because whether you know it or not, a lot of people know who we are, even though we don't understand that, and they look up to us and they look at us for example, as kind of people on this campus that they can look up to. So I think that'd be some advice I'd give.
Yeah.
Okay, me, it will be just to enjoy the moment and be the best you can. And that's it.
Very, very good advice. Enjoy the moment, be the best you can.
Randy, I'd like to, in a sense, follow up on that question. One of the things that I think is important about student athletes is they become ambassadors for not just the sport, the things that you do athletically, but for West Texas A&M University. Does that ever feel like a burden to you guys that, wait a second, I have to be especially careful what I'll do because young people are looking up to me, my classmates look up to me, and they do. They do. When you have athletic accomplishment, like any accomplishment, people will admire you for that, and that is I think that's a burden to carry. That and to remember. Do you guys sense that?
Okay. For me, it's not really a burden because I don't know. Track has just always been my life. I really I'm really athletic. Sorry. And no, it's not a burden. I just embrace it, and I'm grateful that people look up to me, and it's an honor.
Yeah, it is an honor.
Yeah,
Ryan,
yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's something that I think you can struggle with early on, but as you mature through college, I think it becomes easier. I think we've both probably been lucky to have mentors on the team, as a freshman or as a sophomore, to kind of show us the way. And I think that says a lot about this university and who they bring in, and the character of all the student athletes here.
All right. Well, every episode of our podcast, I throw a curveball, and that's just a question that you may not have been prepared for. And Dr. Wendler, I'm going to include you in on this. Education's important to all of us. What was your favorite grade in school?
Favorite grade?
There's silence.
I don't know. That's a tough one. It's got to be one of my accounting classes. Favorite, just overall grade?
Either class or grade.
I'd say it's got to be. It will be intermediate 2 when I finish that this semester, but we'll go with intermediate 1.
Accounting?
Yes. Yep. Intermediate accounting. Yeah. Tough classes.
Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
The team?
Okay, me, I'm not sure. Can you repeat the question, please?
So, growing up, what was your favorite grade?
Like favorite subject at school?
Or what, like if you were first level, like first, second, third grade, did you have one of those?
Okay, it's quite different back home. So I would say college level. Don't know.
Yeah, what's your favorite classes in college?
Oh, okay. So I'm a psych major, but actually I really like science class.
Science?
Yeah.
Dr. Wendler, what was your favorite grade?
This one's easy for me. I was an effective student, but I was never a great student. And I transferred from a community college in New York and went to Texas A&M. In the first semester I was there, I'd done very well, probably better than I'd ever done before. But my second semester, I made straight A's and the dean's list, so I'm now a junior in college. And I called my dad and I said, "Dad, I made the dean's list." And his response was, "Which one?" So that was my favorite grade. Junior at Texas A&M University was my favorite grade.
Well, I've said this before, and I'm not just saying this because I work here, but really my favorite part of my education was coming to WT. I have said this before, and I believe it. This is a life-changing place. You just got to let it change you, and WT will do that. I'm not the same person that I was when I got here. So this is a fantastic place, and I'm honored to be a part of it, and I'm also honored to be a part of this podcast. So thank you for joining us, and be sure to join us next time for Reflections from WT, the heart and soul of the Texas Panhandle. We'll see you next time.